us, we have today Abhay. So I will just brief about Abhay. Abhay is currently working as assistant manager in Dehat Foundation, and like he has done his SBI Youth for India Fellowship in August 2022 and 23 batch. So welcome Abhay. If there is any correction, then you can correct me later. Along with that, we have our audience also. Without audience, like it's very difficult to have this kind of series. So I welcome to our audience from different places who have gathered here. So now the floor to Abhay. So Abhay, आप अपना बारे में ब्रीफली आप बता सकते हैं, आप क्या काम कर रहे हो और हाँ आपका वर्किंग कल्चर कैसा है, ये सब चीजें.
Hi everyone, and thank you Srikant for putting me over here with a very vibrant audience over here. So yeah, let's just start. So I'm Abhay, simply a native of Bahraich, Uttar Pradesh. So yeah, we will just go through with the PPT and interact that how we are going with the SBI YFI, and in that we will also understand the ways and perspective which I built in the YFI journey and everything, like what I'm doing over here up to the fellowship and uh, what kind of person I was before the fellowship. So we will cover over there. Yeah. So this is what YFI fellow is. I'm here with you all. So this photo is from Kodaikanal and very good from that. And today we will cover the agendas. Yeah, we can go with that. So these are the agendas that we are going to cover here. I make a agenda that we will cover what are the eligibility criteria, application process, and then onboarding and orientation, being as a fellow perspective. And after that, we will understand that fellowship duration, like how many years or how many months we need to work as a fellow. And then what support we get in YFI Fellowship, in SBI Youth for India Fellowship. So that we will get into that. And just after the fellowship, we will delve into my story, my journey of 13 months, which I was what we say. I was there in Tamil Nadu and feel the journey we will go through with that. And then the post fellowship, like what are the opportunities and what kind of support we get from YFI, and how fellowship is getting supported for the futuristic goals and aspirations as a youth, and also to understand the sector, how sector is aligning with the fellowship and also with our goals to become a leader and all of that. And then opportunities and career support from YFI, and we will discuss if if you having the question answers. So definitely we will have discussion on that front too. And then yeah, we will connect each other on social media or in any form of that connections and everything. Yeah, we can go with the next.
अभय, आप हिंदी में बात कर सकते हैं. पूजा यहाँ पे कन्नड़ा में ट्रांसलेट कर रहे हैं, तो हिंदी और इंग्लिश आप दोनों यूज कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि एक्सप्रेस करने के लिए आपको मुझे लगता है हिंदी काफी कंफर्टेबल है ना.
Yeah, because that's my first language, so definitely it is going to be
आप हिंदी में बात
very
कर
easy
सकते
at that front. Yeah. So simply these are the complete must have. Like जब हम YFI fellowship भरते हैं, तो the eligibility we need to have is that I have written it over here. Shrikant, could you please read it if possible at that front?
So
yeah, one by one.
Okay, be an Indian citizen or a citizen of Nepal or Bhutan or an overseas citizen of India. The age should be between 21 and 32 years of age and on the day of commencement of the program. And must have completed at least a bachelor degree before the commencement of the program. And note to overseas candidates, if you don't possess an overseas card currently, please visit the Ministry of Affairs. So as the process takes at least 1 to 3 months, we recommend applying for it as soon as possible to initiate your application process.
Yeah. So here with the last line, as the process takes at least 1 to 3 months. Normally from the last batches, if we talk about my batches and prior to the other batches, the other 9 batches, तो उसमें जो अलग की 9 बैच रही हैं, उसमें applications normally शुरू होता है मार्च में, and that goes up to March, April, May, June. In July, the fellowship get onboarded. In end of the July, the result got declared. And mostly 2 cohorts में अगस्त and then अक्टूबर में हम as a YFI fellow onboard हो जाते हैं. But for the first time this year, YFI is open in September only for the overseas and SBI individuals who they are in the SBI bank. So this time the fellowship opens in September again for the people who they are working with the SBI bank, and also who they are the people of Bhutan, Nepal are overseas citizens of India. So this is
Hmm.
like first time it happening in the YFI things. Yeah. So that's why I was like about to tell it all of that. Yeah, we can go with the next.
Ah,
So this is a very basic two-stage process. In first stage, there are seven what we say, seven tasks. It is divided into seven tasks. Like first, you need to complete your basic details like uh, name and basic details like name, qualification, education, your college, and everything. And then when you enter into the second, like in stage one, step one, you will enter with your basic details, name and everything. एंड देन कि उसके बाद आपके एस्पिरेशंस क्या हैं, आपकी लर्निंग्स क्या हैं, अबाउट एंटायर योर graduation, education, and also about your aspirations to this fellowship. So all of this you will cover around 4 to 5 essays on behalf of your own experiences. जो आपने ग्रेजुएशन में या फिर apart from graduation you did any internship or something leadership kind of things. So that you will cover in the essays. तो स्टेज फर्स्ट का ये प्रोसेस हो. So just after the like first process, we will go for the second process. Sometimes YFI do a mid process, that is a call on call interview for half an hour. तो हाफ एन आवर के लिए एक कॉल अरेंज होगी जिसमें बेसिक इंट्रोडक्शन अगर कुछ एसेज में छूट गया है, दैट कवर्स वाईफाई इन वेरी few cases, like very few cases where the Wi-Fi feels that that person is having potential and we need to connect it over there. So इन दोनों प्रोसेस के बीच में एक फोन कॉल that can be possibly happen. And just after the first process, sorry, yeah. तो फर्स्ट प्रोसेस के जस्ट बाद द इंटरव्यू प्रोसेस हैपेंस. दैट इज अ फुल 1 day process where we
okay.
do group discussions, and then 1 hour what we say 1 hour interview, one hour or 45 minute or it depends on person to person, from 30 minute to 1 hour, 1.5 hour. So it depends on that, like how interacting your story is and how you are going to tell about all of that. So normally in the panel, there are the panelists can be 3, 4, 5, or around six, max up to six panelists can be there, and they will ask, interact you on the behalf of your uh, essays which you have written in the stage one. So these are the two processes.
Okay.
In our batch, in COVID batch, like from 2009, 2020 to 2023, this process was happening on online basis, like how we are connecting over here on Zoom call, or it might be on Google Lab, Google Seat. So now it has become impractical. Like you have to go nearby cities. Like if we talk about the South India region, so we need to go Chennai, or we need to go Bangalore, or sometime if we talk about like nearby North India, so we have to go Delhi or nearby Kanpur. So like these kind of cities, the person who got selected from the stage one, that individual have to go for the city for the interview process for a 1 day. They will inform you on the mail, like when you need to come and all the things. Yeah. So from this year only, it has changed. And prior to the COVID, it was also similar to this one. Yeah.
Okay.
So these are the two processes.
Okay. ओके, हम इंटरव्यू ऐसे क्वेश्चंस वगैरह क्या रहते हैं उसके बारे में हम एंड में डिस्कशन करेंगे, और कुछ क्वेश्चंस है यहाँ पे
हाँ हाँ
बेनिफिट्स के
हाँ.
बारे में अगर पूछ रहे हैं वो सब हम एंड में कवर करेंगे.
Definitely. So this is the process of onboarding कि जब हमारा selection हो जाता है, when we get selected after the interview process and everything, हमारा onboarding होता है from almost 15 days पहले हमें selection का mail आ जाता है, like you guys are selected, or like the individual has got selected and you need to come over here. So SBI has 13 partner NGOs across the India in and around 18 plus states. So उन 18 plus NGOs में कोई एक NGO में आपका ओरिएंटेशन होगा, दैट विल कवर फॉर 10 days. कि 10 दिन के अंदर 10 दिन के लिए पूरा जो बैच है आपकी, द इंटायर पीपल विल नीड टू गो ओवर देयर, एंड देयर विल बी द रियोन लाइक academicians, NGO persons, are the experienced people who they are working in the development sector. They will come, they will tell the process and everything. Like the orientation process will go on that front. And from there, we will be entering into the like how uh, like कौन आदमी किधर जा रहा है, कौन फेलो किस एनजीओ में जा रहा है, टिल द लास्ट डेट ऑफ ओरिएंटेशन नो वन नोज कि आप किस लोकेशंस पे जा रहे हो, किस स्टेट में जा रहे हो, कौन सी एनजीओ होगी, कौन सा थेमेटिक आपका होगा. यू डोंट इवन नो अ सिंगल थिंग ऑन दैट. लास्ट देन आपको एक प्रॉपर एक लिफाफा मिलेगा. इन दैट लिफाफा यू विल बी हैविंग दैट नेम, एनजीओ नेम एंड द लोकेशन, एंड यू नीड टू गो ओवर देयर. तो आप जब 10 दिन का एसबीआई का प्रोसेस इंटरव्यू लाइक ओरिएंटेशन कंप्लीट करके जाते हो, तो द पार्टनर एनजीओ ऑल्सो टेक यू थ्रू द 10 days orientation. That's how it covers 10 days plus 10 days and plus 10 days. The 30 days are goes in all about journey, orientation of the SBI, and then orientation of partner NGO. तो पूरा 1 महीने का प्रोसेस ये ट्रैवलिंग ओरिएंटेशन में कंप्लीट होता है. या कैन वी गो फॉर द नेक्स्ट. सो द फेलोशिप ड्यूरेशन, लाइक अर्लियर आई कवर्ड कि 1 महीने का प्रोसेस हमारा निकल जाता है ओरिएंटेशन और पैरेलली हमारी ऑनबोर्डिंग में फ्रॉम द एसबीआई टू पार्टनर एनजीओ एंड ऑल्सो द ट्रैवलिंग प्रोसेस ऑफ ऑल ऑफ दैट. तो हमारा जो ड्यूरेशन ऑफ द फेलोशिप है इज 13 month प्रोसेस. कि 13 month में आपको 1 महीने का ओरिएंटेशन पीरियड, एंड देन आफ्टर यू गो इन टू द फील्ड, आप पार्टनर एनजीओ के साथ जाते हो, एंड फॉर द 12 month यू विल बी देयर with the partner organization. And the partner organization will send you in a location where you need to identify a project with the support of your local mentor, domain mentor, and also uh, uh, as a stakeholder of the community, like what community wants, what is NGO aligns, and also what your values aligned at that front. तो आपको तीनों सेटअप्स को अलाइन करते हुए एक प्रोजेक्ट डिजाइन करना होता है फॉर द नेक्स्ट 9 month. जस्ट लाइक when you enter in the fellowship, you just go. आप 1 महीने का ओरिएंटेशन कवर करते हो. फ्रॉम द नेक्स्ट मंथ you are introduced to the field. In field, you need to do 1 month proper understanding of the field, do transit work, do PRA work, and everything. These, like if these words are new, we will discuss in the question answer session. So PRA, you do PRA and many things to understand the community and understand like what project is needed over that place. So that's how you, and from there, after 1 month, you need to submit your project proposal for the next 9 months. Like on which project you want to work over there, what support from the partner NGO, or what support and what time duration you will take. Everything you need to present just in a 1 month, and after that you will start working on your project. The good thing in YFI is that if you are getting failed with a one single project, you do have opportunity to explore the other projects too. Like in most of the time, we as a fellow, we go with the multiple project in initial phase. Like when we talk about like my experiences, I was doing the 3 project, like in health and also in the governance. At the same time, I was also in the education. But in last, I was working in the health domain only, which was very specific to was-centric program. So that's how we go. And the Wi-Fi gives you chance to get fail. कि अगर आप fail हो रहे हो, तो they are there to support. Your local mentor is there to support. Your domain mentor is there to support. And even Wi-Fi will give you a proper one contact person from NGO and also one contact person from Wi-Fi. So at that front, you are getting support from each and every perspective at that. So that's how this duration looks like, and the locations will be decided. So till last date of the orientation, no one is knowing that कि हमें कहाँ जाना है, which state we need to go. Yeah, so these are the support which we are going to get in YFI. A monthly stipend of 15,000 for the living expenses or for staying over there, and 1,000 for the transportation expenses and everything. For the transportation, if in a one single location, the fellows number of 2, then we are getting a, what we say, we are going to get a TVS 350 or like something kind of Luna or the scooty, the very basic vehicle we are going to get. The condition is there should be 2 fellows. If in a one location, the fellows are not 2, the scooty is not going to given to you at that. So वहां पे हमें ट्रैवल एक्सपेंस के लिए 1000 रुपीज मिलते हैं, and then 1000 rupees for the like stationery support or something you need to the draw something in the classroom or anything like kind of things. So that they give. So total of 17,000 to staff, 17,000 will be given to you every month. Yeah. So these are the like the things. And the one thing, like as I mentioned, that you are not going to be placed in a own like own state or like in your own comfortable language. So at that place, you are going to get a support from Wi-Fi for learning new language. Like in my case, if I was learning Tamil with the support of a Tamil teacher who was taking classes online mode. So that's how we get a support from Wi-Fi. And after completion of the satisfactory completion of the fellowship, Wi-Fi give 70,000 amount of readjustment amount. That's how we, that means that just after the fellowship, how fellow is going to survive in the same structure. So for the like taking care of that time period, the Wi-Fi gets amount of 70,000 after the validation ceremony completes. Why I'm adding validation ceremony? It is very clear कि validation ceremony is now it has started to going with the both batches. ये अक्टूबर कोहॉर्ट जो है और अगस्त कोहॉर्ट जो है, दोनों का वैलिडेशन सेरेमनी इट मोस्ट प्रोबेबली विल हैपन इन नवंबर. तो नवंबर के बाद यू आर गोइंग टू गेट द this readjustment amount of that. And also in between there are one review, one like both cohort review, second review we call it. For that purpose you are getting third AC fare, and also from your location, from your home location to the project location, you as a fellow are going to get the third AC fare on that. And also the expenses of traveling, local traveling and all of that. A health insurance, group health insurance you are going to get over there. And other supports are these like NGO supports and NGO local facilitator supports and everything what I have answered earlier. So like that. Yeah. Should we go with the next? Yeah. So from here, the like my journey starts, and these are the 10 people who traveled along from Delhi. First time we all 10 people met in Delhi, and we all were from, someone was from Delhi, someone was from Bihar, someone was from UP, and in UP also someone from the different district. We never met. These 10 people never met, and we started a 3 days journey from Delhi with all of these peoples. And then we landed in Madurai first time. For me, prior to this fellowship, I never went out from my home, what we say, home state at that time. तो मेरी पहली जर्नी थी जो 3 दिन की थी, which I took from Delhi to Madurai with these 10 individuals. And this fellowship is like full of these kind of individuals. You are going to get it. इतने प्यारे दोस्त कि आप इमेजिन नहीं कर पाओगे कि for the lifelong they are going to support you. They are like a family. They start uh, being supportive to you at each and every front at this. So that's how I started, and we named it as a train peeps because the train peeps are still in connections, still in every time, at every place, at every moment. Even you, whenever you feel low, whenever I feel down, I just can connect with these people, and they are very supportive and at every front. So that's how I started. Yeah. Can we go with the next? So this is our India 32, the diversified India 32, my core batch of 32 people. We all 32 were from the diverse set of India. Someone was from Kerala, someone was from Karnataka, someone was from someone was from Uttar Pradesh, someone was from Bihar, Jharkhand, Manipur, Nagaland, or Jammu Kashmir, or many more locations of India. Across the India, the people who came over there. And we, the 32, were like a family. Just within the 10 days, we become a family. We cried a lot when we started leaving for the locations. The persons like me who never cried, who normally refrain from the crying and everything, like showcasing my emotions. But this is the space, India 32, where I can freely cry, I can freely express myself and discuss anything. I don't have any insecurities. But we all 32 people met first time in YFI. Until today, we are like, wow, we are still connected and we are still like ready to go person to each and every. Yeah. Can we go with the next?
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಯಾರ್ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಷನ್ ಬೇಕು ಅವ್ರಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸಮ್ಮರೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಿ. ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಮೇನ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ಅವರು 10 ದಿನ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು YFI ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯೂತ್ ಫಾರ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಅಂತ ಫೆಲೋಶಿಪ್ SBI ನಿಂದ. ಅಂಡ್ ನಮ್ ಜೊತೆ ಅಭಯ್ ಅವರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಅಭಯ್ ಅವರು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ 10 ದಿನಗಳ ಕಾಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಓರಿಯಂಟೇಶನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ 10 ದಿನ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಈ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಮುಗಿಯೋ ತನಕ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಯಾವ ರಾಜ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲೇ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಇರಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರಾಜ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ನಾರ್ತ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಇದು ಯಾವ್ದು ಉತ್ತರ ಪ್ರದೇಶನೋ ಡೆಲ್ಲಿನೋ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದ್ ಜಾಗಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಬೇರೆ ರಾಜ್ಯಗಳಲ್ಲಿರೋರು ಇವಾಗ ಸೌತ್ ರೀಜಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಆ ತರ. ಅಂಡ್ ಓರಿಯಂಟೇಶನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ನಲ್ಲೇ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ 1 ತಿಂಗಳ ತನಕ ಟೈಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಅವರು. 13 ತಿಂಗಳು ಟೋಟಲ್ ನೀವು ಟೈಮ್ ಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಈ ಫೆಲೋಶಿಪ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ 1 ತಿಂಗಳು ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಅದೇ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗು, ಟ್ರಾವೆಲಿಂಗು ಈ ರೀತಿನೇ ಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಆಮೇಲೆ 12 ತಿಂಗಳು ನೀವು NGO ಜೊತೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಈ ಸಮುದಾಯ ಮೇನ್ಲಿ NGO ನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು ಹಳ್ಳಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಇರ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಸಮುದಾಯ ಯಾವ ಜೊತೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋ, ಯಾವ NGO ಜೊತೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದ್ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆನ ನೀವು ಗುರುತಿಸಿ ಆ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಯನ್ನ ಬಗೆಹರಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಹೇಗ್ ಬಗೆಹರಿಸ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ನ ಪ್ರಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ನಾವ್ ಹೀಗೀಗೆ ಅಂತ ನೀವೊಂದು ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಪ್ರಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದ್ ವೇಳೆ ಆ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ, ಕಸದ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಆಗಿ ಅಥವಾ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ಬೇರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಅಥವಾ ಅದೇನ ನಾನು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ನಂಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ YFI ಇಂದ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ರೀತಿ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಮೆಂಟರ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ. ನೀವ್ ಏನೇ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಅಥವಾ ಗೊಂದಲಗಳಿದ್ರು ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಕೇಳಿ ನೀವು ಬಗೆಹರಿಸ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದೇ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಇಬ್ರು ಇದೀರಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಇವಾಗ ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ಇಬ್ರು ಫೆಲೋಸ್ ಬರೀ ತಮಿಳ್ನಾಡಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಇಬ್ರು ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗಾಡಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಹುಶಃ ಒಂದ್ ವೇಳೆ ಆ ಗಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಪೆಟ್ರೋಲ್ ದುಡ್ಡು ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಅವರೇ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಬಟ್ ನೀವ್ ಒಬ್ಬರೇ ಇದೀರಾ ಒಂದ್ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ, ಬೇರೆ ಫೆಲೋಸ್ ನಿಮ್ ಜೊತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವಾಗ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಗೆ ಅವರು ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರು ಹಾಕಿದ್ರು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ, 15,000 ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಬರೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಅವರೇ ನೋಡ್ಕೋತಾರೆ. ನೀವ್ ಯಾವ ರಾಜ್ಯದಿಂದ ಬೇರೆ ರಾಜ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿದ್ರು ಆ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ನು ಕೂಡ ಅವರೇ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಫೆಲೋಶಿಪ್ ಮುಗ್ದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ 70,000 ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಅವರು. ಅಂಡ್ ಡೆಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂದ ಇವ್ರ ಜರ್ನಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ಡೆಲ್ಲಿಯಿಂದ ಅವರು ತಮಿಳ್ನಾಡಿಗೆ ಟ್ರೈನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ 3 ದಿನ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬಂದ್ರಂತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದ್ ಜನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರಂತೆ, ಅವ್ರ ಫೋಟೋ ಎಲ್ಲ ತೋರ್ಸಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬಾ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಆದೆ ನಾನು. ನನ್ನ ಜೀವನ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ನಾನು ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಮರೆಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದಂತ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರನ್ನ. ಈಗ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನೇ ಕಷ್ಟ ಇದ್ರು ಇವ್ರೆಲ್ಲರ ಹತ್ರ ನಾನು ಹಂಚ್ಕೋಬಹುದು, ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆಯಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಆಮೇಲೆ 32 ಜನ ಫೋಟೋ ತೋರ್ಸಿದ್ರು. ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ 32 ಜನ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆದ್ರು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರಾಜ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾದಾಗ, ಆಕ್ಚುಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರಾಜ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಅಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ, ನಾವು ಬಿಟ್ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ದಿನ ಹತ್ರ ಆಗಿದ್ವಿ, ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಫೆಲೋಶಿಪ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಕೂಡ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂಡ್ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರು ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Okay, thank you so much.
तेरा महीने की जर्नी है ना, like this is never ending story. Like कि जहां से हम शुरू करते हैं, even things we notice, like when we are in the professional career or in the college time, we miss something. Like sometimes we miss, or we can like कि college life है, we miss something. But in this fellowship, I was like कि छोटे छोटे जो moments है, everything I remember. The struggles, the learnings, the phases, जहाँ पे रोए हैं, जहाँ पे हंसे हैं, जहाँ पे बहुत सारा अलग experiences. So this is my beautiful location where I live for 13 months. This location is specifically named as like Surnu. So I was working with 3 panchayats: Surnu, Esmaraikollam, and T-Vepantigal. These were the panchayats where I was working on self-governance, then shifted to education, and again shifted to health specific domain. In the last, I just entered into the health specific on the toilet building toilets and making children's as an ambassador on that. This is the place where I lived for 13 months. And like every year I love to visit over here. On Pongal, you can find me nearby this place only. So yeah. So when it comes to project The Healthy India, my project was The Healthy India, which I covered in the last. Personally, don't feel that much specific in terms of implementing project. I implemented that with the support of community, with the support of childrens. I was able to build the toilets of schools. Apart from that, I was much into the journey of staying over there, accommodating myself in rural Tamil Nadu, because it was a separate journey of this fellowship. Along with the project, I was in the Healthy India project. When we talk about the space state specific, there are too many biases over there. Like this kind of things going to be happen. But when I entered into this project without knowing a single language, single word of the language, and not even finding a single person who can speak English or Hindi, I I stayed there for 58 days. And with that, the people have started supporting me in my project. So I never call it the project of Abhay. It was the project of community, and it is till today, it is getting like implemented by the community one. I just went there, started like interacting with the people by my PRA activities or like the activity waste, which was not involved in the language specific, like by the sign languages, by presentation, interacting with their work, having foods, sitting for the late nights, like doing like listening, simply listening at the location, understanding the health specific domains. For this project, for Project Healthy India, I took around 4 months to come up with the idea where community said we want to do this work. Because at the initial time I was confused. I was having a mind कि I will work on self governance. I will work on panchayat development. So I choose to working with the three panchayats. But by the time passes, the community started saying the biggest problem is water. The biggest problem is from their perspective is health. And because of the health, the death rate was quite high at that front. So I took this project with the community, and in the last we completed it by building toilets in schools, individual toilets in the all three panchayat with the support of Swachh Bharat Mission and everything. So that's how this project get completed. So it simply looks like a Healthy India. There is a project called Swachh Bharat Mission that can be easily achieved. But the process of making this project was the real understanding, the real learning and challenge. So this how I cover. So this is how just after the like around from August to December, while working for next 4 5 months, in the mid of that, like after just 4 months, we need to uh, the YFI team will come or the community will come over there. First, we need to get a review from the community. That's what I am taking in the first photo. So it was a workshop over there, like what I'm going to present to my NGO stakeholders and also to my SBI team. So that's what we did in a first review workshop. In YFI, there are two reviews. First is held in your location or in your partner organization. Second is going to be held in some of the places in metro cities like Hyderabad or like Bangalore or Gurgaon or Kolkata, any kind of that. That we will come into that. And the second one, just near to me, he is Gyan Prakash. Currently, he is the coordinator of SBI Youth for India, the fellowship coordinator. He was like the things like there is something which can be feel like as a team continuously we were working, the supports we were getting. And just near to me, there is Arunima. She was my program manager and constantly support I get from her only. And then there's a one person, he is Dinesh, who was constant, who joined me in October. After 2 months, he joined me over there in not in October, in November only. He joined me in November. And from there, we got the scooty. That what I was telling now, there should be two fellows, and then you are going to get the scooty and like explore the nearby locations too. So that's how we explored with that scooty. Yeah, and this Akka is she was my the nearest person who was knowing a little bit of Tamil. Oh, fully Tamil, sorry, and a little bit of English. And with that English, I was able to communicate with the childrens, with the families, with the locality and everything. So that's what happened in the first review workshop. Yeah. These are the learning sessions which we do on day-to-day basis with that train peeps. But from the YFI team, oh, Avinash is here. As one person from YFI is also here. Yeah.
That's good to know.
So,
I mean, he
yeah.
can also contribute
So,
if something is getting missed out in the.
Ashish is also here. Okay. Ashish, Avinash. There are two fellows who joined just now with the link. Yeah. So these were the learning sessions which we were getting from the YFI on like month basis or week basis from the resource person, someone from our YFI batch, prior batch, or the alumnus contacts. Yeah, this is our second review workshop. The vibrant city, the very beautiful city in Hyderabad. So we all two cohort, like August and October were there, and the entire YFI batch and CTO, like seniors from SBI Bank and everyone, they were there. So there we need to present our work, like what we have did till until today. This happens mostly in May or June. So we all were there. We presented our project and under like take the what we say suggestions and the feedbacks from the resource person, from the experts from there, and that's to shape it as a like completion phase at that. Yeah, this is the phase where we start completing our work. For this time in our batch, first time YFI introduced this new term, community-driven valediction. So prior to this, it was just a fellow valediction was happening where the alumni team, NGO persons, and the other people, they come as a resource person. Other people from the industry, they come, they hire, they discuss, they do a lot of things at that. So this time in our first batch and continuously it is getting explored by the YFI for the further batch. So here the community was also involved in our valediction. So we did the first valediction with the community. The YFI team joined us virtually. The NGO was there. The NGO local facilitator or the domain mentor was there. That's how we completed this first valediction ceremony with the company. Yeah, this is both cohort valediction that what I was talking prior to this, like most probably in November it happens with the 4th October and August cohort. So here we go. This happens in Bangalore. We were there. There were too many activities like the supports we can get from the YFI, the kiosk, the like discussion with the mentors, discussion with the too many industry experts who they are from the multi-sector, from the consultancy, from the NGO sector, from the other sector, which can be impact directly or indirectly the community. So we were there and the experts were there. So that's how we completed our valediction ceremony over there. So this is like what YFI offers just after the fellowship. So for this time, it was happening in YFI, like in our batch, the kiosk setups where we need to showcase our product, our project milestones, what we achieved, what were the learnings, what was the failures and challenges. So in that kiosk, we as a YFI fellows, we introduces our products. If we were working on livelihood, if someone was working on education, someone shown their books, and someone was working on like what we say, environment conservation and everything. So there was the chances to showcase, and the industry expert can interact with us, can get to know about us, our projects, our qualifications, our educations, our aspirations to enter into this particular sector. So that's how first we interacted in this specific. In setups of the career support, what we get just after the fellowship, we get a 3-month career support. The YFI hires a specific agency for the career support where we get the CV reviews. We get multiple sessions with re-owned organizations who they are working with the multi-sectoral domain. Like someone is working on education. So some fellows might be interested in education. Some organization might be working on health hygiene. So there were constant 3-month support from the YFI to get into the field, to understand the industry, to understand the development NGO sector in much deeper understanding at that point. So we get the support, we get the like CV reviews, sessions, expert sessions, NGO sessions. That's what we get just after the fellowship. We like the transition phase happens and everything, like we We were involved in like someone went to the education segment who was interested in that. Every year, the YFI invites all the alumnus to a conclave meeting that mostly happens in April. So just after becoming a alumnus, this YFI offers a very vibrant space to learn, to understand the fellowship, and also the fellowship aspirations, the fellows from a first batch to the recent batch. So there we get a chance to interact, to showcase, to understand the project, what we are doing, what we are working on that. And also we get the insights from the like our seniors who they were from the first batch and all, currently they are somewhere founders or someone is working on the leadership model or something. So there is a two-way conversation happens for 2-3 days. So that's what it is. The alumni. Thank you, everyone. Here is my contact details. Should we go with the next?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. No problem.
Thank
no
you so
problem.
much, Abhay. I
Yeah.
can see how inspired you are even to talk about this fellowship. बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है आप जैसे बात कर रहे हो. I will just translate it to Kannada. We have
Okay. Okay.
Kannada
No
audience
problem.
as well.
Fine.
ಸೊ
Fine.
ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಅಭಯ್ ಅವರು ಬಹಳ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬಹಳ ಉತ್ಸಾಹದಿಂದ ಅವ್ರ ಫೆಲೋಶಿಪ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡುವಾಗ ಒಂದ್ ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ, ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್. ಸೊ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೇನ್ಲಿ 2 ಫೇಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರಂದ್ರು. ಮೊದಲನೇದು ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಬೇಕು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಎಸ್ಸೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಗಳಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ನೀವ್ ಏಂತಕ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಈ ತರ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಎಸ್ಸೆ ಬರಿಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ನೀವು. ಸೊ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಒಂದು ಟೆಸ್ಟ್, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಕೂಡ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ 1-on-1 ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಫೋನ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಕೂಡ ಆಗಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಇದು ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್. ಸೊ ಇದು ಸೆಷನ್ 1 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಗಿಂತ ಮೊದಲಾಗಿದ್ದು. ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆದ ನಂತರ ಅವರು ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರು ಕೂಡ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಸೆಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರು. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಮಾತಾಡಬಹುದು. ಅಂಡ್ ಇನ್ನ ಅವರು ಸೆಷನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ 1 ನಿಮಿಷ 2 ಬಾರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನಾಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋದ್ರು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಷನ್ ಮೊದ್ಲು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಭಾಷೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಯಾರೋ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಇಂದಾನೆ ಒಬ್ರನ್ನ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರೇ ಒಬ್ರನ್ನ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಇವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಒಬ್ರು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ, ಒಬ್ರು ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದ್ರು. ಅಂಡ್ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು 2 ರಿವ್ಯೂಗಳು ನಡೆಯುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು ರಿವ್ಯೂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆಯಿತು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ರಿವ್ಯೂಗೆ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲೋ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರು. ಅಂಡ್ ಇದಾದ ನಂತರ ಅವರು ಸಮುದಾಯ ಎಲ್ಲ ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡೇಟರಿ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ನಾವು, ಗ್ರಾಜುಯೇಷನ್ ಒಂಥರ ಕನ್ವೊಕೇಶನ್ ತರ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಆ ತರ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಆಯ್ತು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಆಫ್ಲೈನ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲ, ಎಲ್ಲಾರು ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಸೇರಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಆಯ್ತು, 2 ಸಲ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಅವ್ರು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದು ಕೆಯಾಸ್ಕ್ ಅಂತ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಣ್ಣ ಅಂಗಡಿಗಳ ತರ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವೇನ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಬಿಟ್ರಲ್ಲಿ 32 ಜನ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಒಂದೊಂದ್ ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವ್ರು 12 ತಿಂಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಏನೇನ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನ್ ಕಲ್ತ್ರು ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಅವ್ರ ಅಂಗಡಿಗಳನ್ನ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರು. ಒಂದ್ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಇರತ್ತೆ ಒಂದ್ ಮೈದಾನದಲ್ಲಿ. ಅವರು ಆತರ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು ಅವರ ಕೆಲ್ಸದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಶೋಕೇಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಉದ್ಯಮಿಗಳು ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಮುಂದೆ ಕೆಲ್ಸಕ್ಕೆ ಹೈಯರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿದ್ರು ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ಬಂದಿದ್ರು. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಇವ್ರು ನಾವ್ ಈ ತರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರಿಂದ ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಲ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಕೆಲ್ಸಕ್ಕೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಂತ ಏನದು ಅವಕಾಶಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಇವರು ಈ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಮುಗಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂಡ ಕೆರಿಯರ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ ತರ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 3 ತಿಂಗಳ ಕಾಲ ನಿನ್ ರೆಸ್ಯೂಮೆನ ಏನದು ರೆಸ್ಯೂಮೆ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, CV ರಿವ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡೋದಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಇದೆಯೋ ಹೋಗಿ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ, ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಕೆರಿಯರ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬೇರೆ ಏನೇ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಇದೆಯೋ ಆ ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಆ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಯಾರು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದಾರೋ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಮತ್ತೆ ನೀವು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲುಮ್ನೈ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಅಲುಮ್ನೈ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಈ ಫೆಲೋಶಿಪ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಮುಗಿಸಿರ್ತಾರೋ, ಮುಗಿದು ಹೋಗಿ ಹಳೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಇರ್ತಾರೋ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬಂದು ಮೀಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ ಅವ್ರ ಫೋಟೋ ಕೂಡ ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ ಅವರು ಮೀಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಈಗ ಇವಾಗ ನೀವು ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ಇನ್ನು ಫೆಲೋಶಿಪ್ ಮುಗಿಸಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರು ಎಷ್ಟೋ ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ಮುಗಿಸಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರು ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಏನೇನ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರ ಕಂಪನಿ ಕಂಪನಿಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಅಥವಾ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಖಾಲಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಕೆಲ್ಸಗಳಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಿಮ್ ಹತ್ರ ಹಂಚ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಹಂಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ರು ಒಬ್ರಿಂದ ಒಬ್ರು ಕಲಿಯೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಸಮ್ಮರಿ.
One addition to this conclave,
Yeah, please.
if we as a fellow are starting a new venture or like want to work on some specific community driven projects on that front, so there we get the support like monetary support and also the brand support from YFI too. So there is a process for that. Like when we go for the conclave, we need to give the pitch fest over there, and on the behalf of that, the feasibility of pitch fest and everything, the YFI support us in both sense, like in the brands, like giving the branding of YFI or also the branding of SBI Foundation, and at the same time, the monetary support and cost. Yes. So this I forgot to cover over previous.
ಸೊ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬರೀ ನೀವು ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋದಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು ಓನ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರು, ನಿಮ್ದೇನೋ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರು, ನೀವು ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಪಿಚ್ ಅದೇ PPT ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಪೋಸಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಈ ಅಲುಮ್ನೈ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೊಂದ್ಸಲ ನೀವು ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಶನ್ ನೀವೇ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ನಾನು ಈ ತರ ಒಂದು ನಂದೇ ಏನೋ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿದೀನಿ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್, ಇದಕ್ ನನಗೆ ಫಂಡ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಫಂಡ್ ರೈಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಅಂಡ್ SBI ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So this is a wonderful opportunity. I think it's a great experience too. And especially I think the most thing that Abhay stressed were two things for me, two highlights. ಎರಡು highlight ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಒಂದು ಲೈಫ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಬ್ರನ್ನೊಬ್ರು ಕಲಿಯೋದ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗ್ ಬೆರಿತೀರಾ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಡೀ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಭಾರತದಾದ್ಯಂತ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್. ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವ್ದೇ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೋ ಟು ಎನಿ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್, ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಮೋರ್ ಲೈಕ್ಲಿ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಒನ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್. ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ರು ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ನಿಮ್ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲೂ ಹೋದ್ರೆ. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಅಮೇಸಿಂಗ್. ಅದು ಒಂದು. ಅಂಡ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ಲಿ, you are going to a state, maybe mostly you have never gone to that state before, and you don't know when you will get that opportunity again. ಮತ್ತೆ ಈ ಸದಾವಕಾಶ ಯಾವಾಗ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. So this is one lifetime opportunity, and we have real example who is already talking to us, Abhay, and we have two more people who have joined us in this conversation. And I think ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಏನೇ questions ಇದ್ರು, whatever questions you have, please ask questions. Unmute yourself and ask questions.
First of all, thank you for this wonderful session, and I also wish you on your birthday. Very happy birthday to
Thank you.
Oh yeah, today Abhay's birthday is it. So, wish you happy birthday, Abhay.
Yeah.
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 Thank
So
you.
Abhay,
Yeah.
thank you for this session. My question is, it's a broad question, but you can answer it in your own way. I
Yeah.
wanted to know, what is the typical career trajectory of this SBI Youth Fellow? If you can elaborate this.
So when we talk about the career trajectories, throughout the fellowships, we introduce to the multiple sectors, in specific to the livelihood, to education. There are 13 sectors in YFI. So it is up to you and the community and the NGO on which project you work. And just after the fellowship, you are introduced with the consultancy agencies, developmental organizations, and at the same time, the what we say funding organizations who they do incubation or accelerator at the same. Like someone who want to do something, a startup in a specific to development domain, or like a Section 8 company, or like something NGO or livelihood unit or LLP or non-profit company over there. So that's how we get the support from the YFI, where an individual can get the support, the brand support, the initial support from that. The one thing. And the second time, when we talk about the career, like in specific to domain wise. So there is the chances, like in the like you can go into the public policies in specific to that. And then if you want to explore the multi-sectoral, like education or health or other domains, there are like openness on that front. Yeah. So just briefly, I will cover over here. simply be genuine while writing the essays, because they are very specific and those, so they are very clarity and everything, qualities of essay. In essay, they simply ask about your interest towards development sector. So there are multi layers, like they will ask regarding your motivations and aspirations and this rigorous process of this fellowship. Because this fellowship looks looks very beautiful, but in real, it becomes adventurous too. You have to face the language barrier. When I'm talking here about the language barrier, it looks like okay, I did that. But for the initial 2 months, the phase was like where I was crying, I was sitting alone, I was constantly in touch with these fellows who were my like nearby or near to go, the train peeps and everything. So there, while writing, they want to assess that you will be surviving in that location or not. As I discussed with Srikant too, like there is the possibility you might be sent to a place where there is no any network, a single network is not there. But you have to survive. You have to understand the community. Somewhere, some place like where you can't even speak a single word of that native language. But there you have to delve into that. So the essays will be a kind of like knowing you, the real you, like what you want to express yourself in the college life, also in the professional, if you are someone as a professional, and also uh, what your aspirations to join this fellowship, what you will offer in the community in a very short period of time. Because when we talk about the sustainability, when we talk about the behavioral change, it's a long rooted process. But we have only 9 month project. In between 9 months, we need to understand the culture and everything. So those essays assess you on the basis of these. Yeah.
Okay, Abhay, thanks a lot for being with us, here
Yeah.
and guiding our fellows. And I request
Yeah.
like everyone to
Yeah.
be either be part of our community in WhatsApp, so that every week we are conducting different talk series. So I want everyone to take make a good use of it. So that's why be in touch with us, and all the best to everyone whoever is applying to this.